Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to the Mansuri Show. I'm your host, Arif Zaffar Mansuri, and today I'm at the NED Engineering University in Karachi, and it's my pleasure and honor to be sitting right now for a conversation with Professor Dr. Tufail. He's the Pro-Vice Chancellor of NED University of Engineering and Technology. He has a long, distinguished career spanning over 25 years in leadership and engineering education. He's an alumnus of NED Engineering University himself with a PhD degree from Nottingham. So first of all, I'd like to welcome you to the Mansuri Show.
Thank you, Mansuri sir. Thank you very much.
Before we begin our conversation, we would like to show you a short video about the life and journey of Dr. Tufail. So please watch this short video.
Professor Dr. Tufail has recently been appointed as the Vice Chancellor of NED University of Engineering and Technology, Karachi, Pakistan. This interview was recorded at his office a few weeks before his appointment as Vice Chancellor, at which time he was serving as the Pro-Vice Chancellor of NED University.
Professor Dr. Tufail is the newly appointed Vice Chancellor of NED University of Engineering and Technology, Karachi, one of Pakistan's oldest and most prestigious engineering institutions. A proud graduate of NED himself, he earned his bachelor's in mechanical engineering in 1992. He then went on to pursue his master's and PhD in the United Kingdom at the University of Nottingham, specializing in manufacturing systems and mechanical engineering, supported by a Pakistan scholarship. With a career spanning over 25 years at NED, Dr. Tufail is deeply rooted in academia, research, and leadership. He has served as chairman of the Mechanical Engineering Department, dean of the Faculty of Chemical and Process Engineering, and held key roles in curriculum reform and global academic collaborations. He has previously served both as Vice Chancellor and Pro-Vice Chancellor of NED University, demonstrating consistent leadership and commitment at the highest level.
His contributions have earned him several top honors, including NED University's Best Researcher Award and the Best University Teacher Award from the Higher Education Commission of Pakistan. He is also a chartered engineer, a fellow of the Institution of Mechanical Engineers in the UK, and a member of both the Pakistan Engineering Council and ASME.
Dr. Tufail has been instrumental in organizing international conferences and academic exchanges, building bridges between Pakistan and top universities across Europe and Asia. He has led global collaborations through Erasmus programs, and his research portfolio includes over 60 peer-reviewed publications in areas like advanced manufacturing, textiles, and energy systems. He also served as NED University's ISO 9000 management representative, ensuring international quality standards in academic systems. His leadership development includes training programs at the University of Glasgow through the British Council and multiple U.S. Department of Commerce initiatives. Beyond his administrative roles, he has contributed significantly to national academic governance, serving as a doctoral examiner, curriculum advisor, and committee member for the Pakistan Engineering Council. A respected teacher, a globally recognized researcher, and a visionary leader, this is Professor Dr. Tufail, the new Vice Chancellor of NED University of Engineering and Technology.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Professor Dr. Tufail. So I'd encourage the students to adopt this system because we need highly technically sound students to get admitted at NED University. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Dr. Tufail, I'd like to begin by asking you, looking at your long career as a leader, an educator, and an innovator, what was the defining moment? When did you realize that this is your calling and this is what you would like to do?
Thank you for asking a wonderful question, and the first question being very wonderful.
Sure.
Actually, Mansuri sir, when I was pursuing my master's from UK, over there I had sort of got interest to pursue PhD because of the reason that I saw several other people doing their PhD at young age. And usually at that moment in time when I was a student, what I observed was that usually the people having PhD were at the upper edge, 50 plus. So that kind of situation got me jumped into to think about PhD, and then I pursued for PhD. But my intentions were that after completion of the PhD, I'd join in industry and do the research in a particular industry, but in Pakistan, because I did not have any intention to stay over there. And I did observe that there are several of the industries over there, the Ford and Chevrolet and all these things, wherein the people having PhD were having their career. So when I came back here, I did approach different industries, especially automotive industry, and I mentioned to them that I'd be interested to join them for their research wing. But somehow the response was it wasn't very positive, because of the reason that the response I was getting that we do not have any research or development in that particular area, so we would hire you as a fresh engineer. And of course this was not acceptable to me. So hence somebody suggested me to approach NED University, and I came by incident with the desire that I would work here at NED University for a semester or two, and then I'll change my route. But when I joined NED University, I observed that the environment has completely changed. It's not the same as once I was a student. So I liked the environment, I liked the people and all the things. So that's why it was 8th February 2000 when I came in and joined the university. So I did start liking the university, but that's where I decided to continue my career at NED University.
Sir, I'm also an alumnus of NED Engineering University. I graduated in 1983 with a degree in mechanical engineering. And I have been back to the campus a few times, and I noticed quite a big difference. So can you share with us, what is different as an alumnus and now, being the Pro-Vice Chancellor of NED University of Engineering and Technology, what difference do you see in NED?
Okay, now there are some similarities and some differences. I would mention both of them. As far as the similarities are concerned, at the time when we were the students, the first choice of all intermediate students was NED University. The same is the case now. The first preference is NED University, and after they don't get, by any chance, they don't get admission here, they would go around and find their seats in different universities. So that's a similarity still there because of the reputation and the history of the university. But as far as the differences are concerned, at the time when we were the students, there were very limited PhD faculty.
Right.
I think if you recall, in mechanical, we just hardly had 4 or 5 PhDs, I mean, not more than 4 PhD faculty. Similarly, at that moment in time, the lab facilities were not as strong as they are now, because after Higher Education Commission came into existence in year 2000, we had good amount of grant and funding. So that aspect has also increased, and we are having a very well established labs with modern equipment. Third thing is that the research portfolio at that moment in time was not so strong. It was hardly there that people were involved in research and development. Now we got a high profile of the research taking place. The funding is coming not from within the country, from abroad as well. So all these things are the addition or the new things that's been added in the university.
You have held some of the most critical administrative and academic roles or positions in NED over the 2.5 decades. Which role has been the most transformative for you personally and professionally?
I think when I was a chairman, I had to deal with different people. I had to deal with the students, I had to deal with the staff, I had to deal with the faculty. Along with that, I had to deal with the administration at the higher scale. So I think that was the initial critical point when I learned a lot of things, how to manage different people of different mindset, and including of students, of course. So I think that was the critical point or learning point that I have had, and that helped me a lot when I came and became the dean, even the provisions, because I know now that what's happening on the ground. Yes. So that was the critical point that helped me a lot.
What changes have you seen in engineering education over the last 2.5 decades? and how has NED adapted to those changes under your leadership?
Because in the beginning, even when I joined the university, most of the functions, or I would say almost all of the functions, were being arranged manually. There was no concept of automation. There was no concept of computerization. So I think we were the first university who had transformed the things. Initially, we had computerized all our functions, including of examination, finance, and all these things, and tried to develop our own indigenous campus management system. Later on, of course, HEC provided some grants to different universities to purchase commercially available this management system, but we had developed our own, and that was the starting point, that we tried to speed up the things, and this management system, computerized management system, was the one that helped us a lot to automate the things. At a later stage, what we did observe was that all these kind of engineering programs that we are running need to be strengthened further, because this era is the era of artificial intelligence, data analytics. So all these things had to be integrated. So within the last 4 to 5 years, 6 years, I would say, when we had state-of-the-art center of excellences were established in the campus of AI, cybersecurity, data analytics, robotics, and all these things. So then we started thinking about integrating all these modern techniques and technology within all the previously available engineering programs. So that's the change that we had brought in, and I think that's very much important for the students, especially who would pursue their career outside the country and even within the country.
Dr. Tufail, you have contributed significantly to international collaborations such as Erasmus Plus and others. So how have these collaborations helped or affected the faculty or the students of NED?
Right. Actually, Erasmus Mundus used to be in the beginning, and I think that was a starting point wherein I got jumped in. And through this Erasmus Mundus, I had the opportunity to get my students avail the mobility programs. So several of our students I'd sent to different European universities so as they would observe that what is the modern technology that they are adopting, number one. Number two, I also had the opportunity to send my faculty members for a month duration. So they spent the time and had their own contacts established with these countries, universities. Then came Erasmus Plus program. So again, I did the same thing. I approached and established contacts with different universities, and that again provided the opportunity to get our students go there and spend some time. Very interestingly, the last Erasmus Plus that we did do was that it was beyond academics. Some of our students went over there under this particular program, and that they had their internships in European industries. So that helped them to understand what's going on, not only in the academic side, but also on the ground floor, on the shop floor of the industry. So that was another interesting thing. I may mention that very recently, it's only last week, I had the opportunity to visit Baku, Azerbaijan, wherein we had an agreement with Institute of Physics, a reputable institution in Baku. So they were kind of very much happy to have us over there. They received us very warmly, and we had an arrangement with them as well, wherein we would be looking forward to have again joint collaborative research, joint supervision of the PhD, and publication of the research outcome, as well as engaging each other in their respective universities. So I think all these factors are helping us, not only the students, but also the faculty and as a whole, the university.
Dr. Tufail, you have overseen a lot of reforms as the Pro Vice Chancellor. You have managed and initiated many of the reforms at NED. So what are some of those initiatives of reforms that you are particularly proud of?
I think the first kind of action that I did take was when I was assigned the charge of Chairman Admission Committee. What I observed was that people do come in and they'd stand in long queue for getting the application form, and then go back home and come back and again in the queue for submission of the form. So I slowly, gradually transformed all these things, and now it's completely 100% online system, wherein the fee has to be paid online as well. So that's one aspect of it. Secondly, same under the admissions. There was a time that people used to come, the students I mean, along with the parents, they used to come and appear on the manual kind of paper-based test. That was again an hectic and time consuming. So I had transformed that thing as well. Now it's a completely computer-based test under the conducive air-conditioned environment. They don't have to sit in the canopy and then in a dusty environment. So this is something that I'd also brought in. Third thing that I had almost done, but somehow some hindrances were there. That was the verification of the degree. Because as you've been the alumnus of this university, you know very well that there are several of the alumni who are based in different countries, and when they desire to have their degree being verified, then they had to go to this manual system, send in the degree and all these things, which is something which is obviously not desirable. So what we did do was that we did develop a blockchain verification system, and that was completely done and verified and validated as well. But some kind of hindrance came in, and the major hindrance was that it was a public domain blockchain system wherein you had to pay the money, and the money was in terms of this what do you call it, this currency, and that currency was not allowed under the State Bank. So virtual currency I'm talking about.
Sure. Yeah.
So we could not pursue it further. But now we have recently gotten further modified. So rather than going to the public domain, we'll have our own sort of system wherein this verification of the degree can be done. So these are two major things that I'm proud of, but there are several others that I would not like to mention.
You have led many departments from industrial engineering to metallurgical to automotive. So what is the common thread that connects these and your approach to these diverse fields?
Okay, you see, basically I'm having a degree of mechanical engineering. So whether you talk about automotive, whether you talked about industrial manufacturing, whether you talk about textile engineering, they're all offshoots of mechanical engineering, because they talk eventually they talk about the mechanical equipment, machinery. So that's why there was a commonality of these things. So alhamdulillah, I did not have any problem of managing these departments because of having a degree in the mother technology of mechanical engineering. So I did not feel any, to an extent that I was heading metallurgical engineering department as well. So I was very much well versed about the materials and metallurgy as well. So I did not face any problem whatsoever.
So there's a rumor, or actually not really rumor, it's very widely believed that you would be the next Vice Chancellor of NED Engineering University. If given the opportunity, what would your immediate priorities be and the next steps?
Right. Actually, during last 1 or 2 years, I was assigned the task by the then Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sarosh Lodhi, to develop the strategic plan of the university, 5-year strategic plan. And I did work out on it, and I did, alhamdulillah, successfully develop this strategic plan, which was further refined, obviously, with the discussions and the input from our colleague deans as well as the then Vice Chancellor. They helped me a lot to further refine it. So my only objective would be to implement that strategic plan in latent spirit. I may mention, if you'd allow me, that this strategic plan is having 12 pillars that talk about not only academic research but several other factors as well. But in a nutshell, there are 5 factors that I'd be looking at. Number 1 is academic and research excellence I'll be looking at, and it has got different action plans that are part of the strategic plan along with the KPIs. Second thing that I'll be looking at, internationalization, because I had to go beyond the boundaries of Pakistan. Right. Number 3 is alumni engagement as well as community engagement. That's very much important. Although we are doing good part of it, but still it has to be enhanced. 4th is sustainability in terms of finance, and the 5th is sustainability in terms of environment. Again, I may mention that with the hard work of the previous Management, we've been doing very good as far as the finance is concerned, because several of the universities in the countries are having problems as far as the finance is concerned. We are doing far better, but I would like to pursue this thing because my intention is that at the end of the day, NED University should be self-sustainable with lesser reliance on the government funding. So that is something that we'll be looking at.
What do you see the role of a vice chancellor in the modern, era, when the universities are not only supposed to provide education, but they're also supposed to drive ethics, social responsibility, and many other things that are now required by a university to impart to their students. So what do you see the role of a vice chancellor of a university?
Actually, the common perception, I would take a lead from your question. The common perception in a country like ours is that it is expected that a vice chancellor would be handling the day-to-day affairs of the university, which should not be the case. The chairpersons are there, the deans are there, who are responsible for academic and research activities. It's not the vice chancellor. The vice chancellor should think above. He should be handling the policy making stuff. He should be handling, just as mentioned, internationalization, government agencies. So he should be collaborating with them, not the day-to-day affairs. By having said that, there's one aspect that we had started engaging with the community, but the ethics is no doubt a priority to me. Now, what the people think is that a graduate of a university is not having good level of ethics. They need to realize that in the university, in a day time, the student is only there for 5 to 6 hours, and altogether there were 4 years of education. So if a student comes in and he's already been molded in a particular environment, it's not expected to bring a change into it. The change is supposed to come from the initial stage to the schooling level. And I'm sure you'd agree with me that there are countries like Japan and Singapore wherein in the initial beginning education level, the only focus is the ethics. So my plan is, and I had raised this issue at different levels as well, that the university, with having its input coming from the college which is input coming from the schools, they should be closer together, and the students should be trained from the beginning, from the initial stage, for the ethics as well as the knowledge, which is somehow a missing link. So when these two agencies would come together, organizations would come together, I'm sure that at the end of the day, the graduate that we'll be having would not be only having high value of academic standard, but also they would possess higher value of the ethics as well.
Dr. Tufail, what advice would you give to a young engineer who aspired to enter academia or take on a leadership role in higher education?
You see, as I did mention that I incidentally came in the academics, I was not having any plans, but to me, although it was an incident, but it was a right decision. So my advice to young lot would be that there's a lot of opportunity to learn here. You'd not be only involved in academics, you'd be involved in research as well as administration and management of the things, including the finance, which is an important aspect. So if you'd like to learn a lot of areas in the life, then academic is the best place that you should think about and consider. Having said that, when you come here, don't consider yourself to be full-fledged. There's still a lot of room to improve, a lot of things to learn. I, as a Pro-Vice Chancellor, still every day learn new things. And even I'd go and lecture in the class. I take half an hour at least to prepare myself for the lectures, despite the fact that I'm teaching this subject for 10 to 20 years, but even then, one has to be prepared. So the young lot who's come here has the opportunity to learn new things, a lot of things, but they keep on refreshing themselves and do get participate in different professional courses as well.
You mentioned, these association, alumni association overseas. I belong to such an association of Southern California called NEDAS. And we have been working with the NED for quite some time, actually, almost a decade and a half. And we provide scholarships and other, programs, sponsorship programs. First of all, I'd like to ask you if you have any opinion regarding NEDAS as a supporting alumni association in Southern California. And secondly, the second part of my question is, what would you like the alumni associations around the globe to do for NED besides just donating funds?
Right. Actually, I must firstly appreciate NED Alumni Association Southern California, because they were our team members, as you had mentioned, since last 15 years or so,
Yes.
or maybe a little bit more. They came up to help us in different domains, because initially their focus was to assist us in developing the research in the university. Because at that moment in time, the common perception was that our faculty is not publishing. So that's why they came in and they said that they are going to provide support in terms of improving the research and culture in the university by awarding the best researchers. So not only they're providing the best researchers awards, best faculty awards, they're providing scholarships. So in different domains, they're assisting us. And I think that was the starting point by NED Alumni of Southern California. But following that practice, several other alumni associations also been assisting us in different domains. And I must mention that I suppose NED University is the only university that has this huge support from the alumni. You'd hardly find any other university.
That's true.
To an extent that in recent past, several of the universities that approached us to learn the formula, the secret of how to engage the alumni. So alhamdulillah, we are lucky, and I think there is some kind of a blood group in our alumni which would attract them to come back to their alma mater. You did mention about the support, what kind of support. Yes, I did mention that we are getting infrastructural improvement support, we are getting awards for the faculty and the students. The scholarship that we are getting are very much there. Along with that, I think some of the aspects that are already going on are the seminars. I suppose you are also having a seminar this morning today.
Yes.
So this kind of activity would encourage our students very much, and they, we are teaching them on daily basis. But if someone from a country like America or Europe would come in and give a lecture, be it a webinar, they would be very much excited. So I think the seminar and the joint collaborative research are the areas that we are doing it, but it needs to be further strengthened. So these are the areas that I'll be looking at.
Actually, that is true that a couple hours from now, I'm speaking to the students at NED. I am thankful to you for providing me this opportunity, and also our coordinator with the NEDAS is Dr. Dawood Hussain. He has been very kind and helpful, and for an NED alumnus, it's a really proud moment for me to be here and be able to speak to people. I mean the students, which I used to be one of them, and so I know how it is or how it feels to be a student, aspiring student, getting ready to go out in the world and make your mark. So again, it's a really big honor for me, and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come to my alma mater and speak to the students here. Dr. Tufail, I'd like to ask you, you've had a long, illustrious career, very accomplished career. What motivates you? What keeps you going now?
The engagement with the students is very, very interesting. In any profession, when you'd enter, you'd be having some public relations with a limited number of people. Now you can well imagine that I've been here for about a quarter of a century, 25 years. And roughly, if you consider that in a year, if I'd taught, I would say 500 students, what number would it be? So how many people, the students would know me? So this is very much heartening. Let me give an example. Couple of examples. Usually what happens whenever I travel, it happens to me that in a airport, whether within country or outside, some of my graduate comes in and introduces that I was your student. So it's so amazing that people who you taught about so many years ago but still remember you. So obviously I must mention that this factor is very much important, that how good or bad you are as a teacher. Because if you are among those teachers who are just passing the time, nobody would recognize you, would remember you. If you are justifying with your position and fulfilling the requirements of a teacher, then obviously you would always be remembered. So I think this thing fascinates me. Along with that, there's another factor, that in this particular profession, you know the new things, the development that are taking place around the world, because you are involved in the research. So you are bound to go through and see what's happening around the globe. So this is again something which I would say that in other professions hardly one would know that what's happening even next door. But here at least we are very much familiar about the developments taking place around the world.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, I believe this is a very noble profession, and as a educator, as a teacher, you have certainly touched the lives and improved the lives of thousands and thousands. And though I did not have the good fortune of taking any courses with you, but I have heard a lot of great things about you, and of course it's an honor for me to be having this conversation with you. I'd like to just ask you, what message would you like to send to the students of NED and the alumnus who have graduated and have been very successful because of their education? The education from NED, I'm sure all of my colleagues would agree, who graduated and have gone their separate ways. This education is what helped us be where we are now in life. And most and all of us are very, very successful. The education has provided us the basis to succeed in life. And we have gone all separate ways, but one theme is common, that the basis of our success started from NED. So I'd like to ask you, what message would you like to send to the alumnus who are overseas or in Pakistan, and the students?
First, I would like to talk about the students. We are having the admissions going on, and usually 14 to 15,000 students, applicants do apply for the admission at this university, and we hardly accommodate 2,800, which is a small portion. So those lucky students would get admission. I think my advice to all of them would be that you have been selected or you're going to be selected for the admission. You need to work hard and give a good name to this prestigious, more than 100 years old institution. It would be an awkward position that when you graduate and go out there and you not perform well, then it would be a problem for the university's reputation. So my advice to all of them would be that do work hard, because you've been lucky to get admission in this prestigious institution, to work hard and get yourself proved when you go back in the society. As far as alumnus is concerned, or alumni are concerned, yes, I think I do still remember the days when we were paying the tuition fee, which was hardly a few hundred rupees.
Exactly.
And this was a launching pad, I would say, wherein we had launched our career from NED University. So we are very much, all the alumni are very much grateful to this institution, this alma mater of ours, that it had made us and brought us to this stage that we are having a good name in the society as well as in the country and the world. So my advice to all of them, even we are engaged, or most of the alumni are engaged to us, and they are helping and assisting the university in one way or the other, but still there are many more who can contribute to the alma mater. So my request to all of them would be that they should come forward and help the university. We've got several plans when they could assist us and contribute to the university. So my advice, or not, it won't be advice, rather suggestion to all of them would be that do come in contact with us, so as we'll jointly do a lot for this prestigious institution. Having said that, those who are already doing, like Alumni Association Southern California and various others. I'm grateful to all of them, because everybody is busy in this world. Everybody has got his own assignments and tasks.
Right.
Sparing your precious time and coming and helping the university, it requires a lot of things. So whosoever is helping us, I'm grateful to all of them and salute to all of them, including NED Alumni Association. You came all the way and arranging this seminar. So I'm grateful to you as well for being with us. And I hope that this contact and coordination and collaboration would remain intact in future as well.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you listened to our conversation with Professor Dr. Mohammad Tufail, Pro Vice Chancellor of NED University of Engineering and Technology. Hopefully you learned a lot. Very inspiring story, and we pray and hope that he would be the next Vice Chancellor. I understand this decision is about to be made in the next few days. And the former Vice Chancellor, Lodi Saab, worked very closely with the alumni associations around the globe, and we hope that Professor Tufail will continue with this tradition. We have a NED Alumni Association convention coming up this year in United States in October in Washington, D.C. I hope to see Dr. Tufail join us at this NED Alumni Association convention, and we wish all the success to you, sir. Hopefully as the new Vice Chancellor of NED, and appreciate your time. That's all the time we have. Please keep watching the Mansuri Show. Keep listening to the Mansuri Review. Keep reading our newspapers, Pakistan Link, Urdu Link, and please stay connected with Pakistan. Khuda Hafiz.
Parents, show your love with Tahir Halal Kids Multivitamin Gummies, made in the USA and certified halal. Delicious and packed with essential vitamins, these gummies keep your little ones healthy, happy, and full of energy. No fuss, just fun, because good health should taste great. Tahir Halal. Love, nutrition, and care in every bite.
ताहिर प्रोडक्ट्स आपके खानदान की सेहत के लिए बेहतरीन हलाल विटामिन्स और सप्लीमेंट्स खालिस, मियारी और फखर के साथ अमेरिका में तैयार करदा।
Kaba Fusion is a pharmacist-owned, patient-focused team of professionals with over 30 years' experience providing intravenous medication to patients in the comfort of their own home. Founded by Dr. Sohail Masood, Kaba Fusion has 7 state-of-the-art pharmacies located across the country. Visit us at kabafusion.com to learn more about the benefits of in-home infusion therapy.